The moment I learned where I would be interning was exciting, but also very concerning. After 6 months of training, I expected to be placed at a small company or a hospital to develop my IT skills. Instead, I was going to be one of the first interns to represent Europe at the company founded by Thomas Edison. I was going to GE. Now let's fast forward 6 months. I've officially been offered a position for a full-time employee at GE. I want to share a little bit about how I got here. I was raised in Academy homes in Roxbury. Where I grew up, your neighborhood was your community. As we grew older, we went from childhood friendships onto more serious and violent efforts to defend and protect each other. To be part of the streets meant not going to school, hugging the corner, and living for the next thrill. I was surrounded by people killing and being killed. When I was 18, one of my friends killed another in cold blood. I realized then that there's no loyalty in the streets. From that moment on, I knew I needed out. I dedicated my time to working and stayed busy enough to stay out of that environment. I was lucky to be able to get out of that cycle. Although I had removed myself from that environment, I had also sidelined my education. I worked exhausting jobs for years with no direction. Eventually, I lost my job. I needed to move out, and I had nowhere to go. I was crashing on my buddy's couch. When I applied to Europe, I didn't know if I wanted to join a program with so much instability in my life. I was accepted, but I turned down my offer. A week later, Europe reached out to me. Thankfully, they convinced me to reconsider, because Europe reminded us that where we come from does not need to define who we are. I felt empowered. Europe was the one thing I was not going to mess up. Understanding the opportunity divide had a huge influence on me. It inspired me to strive for goals I did not believe were within my reach. When 3 interns started at GE, we looked at each other and we wondered if we could do it. Turns out, we were the perfect combination to lift each other up as we climb our way to corporate America. Growing up, I was violent, I was absent, and I wasn't too concerned with my future. Through the discipline I gained at Year Up, I committed to better myself. Now, a year later, still unsure about my future. But I do know that I'm excited to return to work tomorrow.